whole point of that is to keep your rig stable. I remember the days back at Alders Farm, actually, back to the days where I first started fishing. I'd be fishing a 0.1 for 0.1, a foot of the depth, 0.2 for 0.2, 2 foot of the depth. And looking back, how wrong that was. 0.4 bulk, 4 inches from the hook, and that pretty much does all of my edge fishing now. It's really, 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 really simple. In terms of the main line, pretty much 020, Super G power, maybe 018, and this just gives you the versatility really of fishing light hook lengths, but also gives you the benefits of fishing a stiffer main line, which I think makes a big difference. So that's kind of a little bit about. I didn't really want to talk about kit as much on this video, but it was more about sort of where I've come from as an angler, which particularly at Alders Farm, and also then reflecting on where you've come from as an angler and how much it sort of these last few weeks has been really important in terms of making sure our kit's right and things like that. But I thought, personally for me, I think it's allowed a lot of reflection on where I've come as an angler, where I've started, where I'm continuing my fishing, and obviously to reflect on the people that have allowed, I suppose, that to develop and happen. I've mentioned a few names already, and I think what would be really good is at the bottom of this post, just have a little think. Who's influenced your fishing? Who's just have a little think back to the times when you were young, and just those key individuals really that, I don't know, they might have took you under their wing, or helped you develop you as an angler and as a person. And something else I wanted to touch on was sponsorship and the importance. I guess I get asked a lot around, what do you need to be a sponsored angler, and this sort of question has been done a few times, and this is really hopefully for a lot of the younger anglers watching, and I hope there is some young anglers watching this video, because I think it's so important to get youngsters into fishing. I see so often now, I'm probably one of the youngest on the bank, particularly where I fish, which I know I may look like I've had a tough paper round, but I'm still relatively young. But it would be nice to see some younger anglers on the bank, really. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on really the importance of reflecting on those times, those individuals that really have helped you as an individual. So please get tagging below. On the subject of sponsorship, it's one that sparks a lot of conversations, doesn't it, in terms of what do you need to be a sponsored angler. And something I learned at a very young age is your approach, so your approachability, also your the way you conduct yourself. At the end of the day, you're representing a brand. So all those two items there, I would say, are up there with the actual ability itself. So having ability is one thing, but the way you conduct and represent a brand, I would say, is more important. It's no good having the ability and being an absolute quality angler if you conduct yourself wrong on the bank. So for those people that are still getting into fishing now at a young age, just take that on board. Everything you do on the bank is so important in the way that you come across to others. Always be modest. Something my dad taught me. Always be modest. And there's just some little tips there, I think, that so easily forgotten when you're young, and ones that I suppose when you look back, some of us can look back and cringe on some of the things that we used to do and the way we perhaps acted when we didn't win the match, and all those little things. And they're things that come in time, aren't they, as you mature as an angler. But I think they're important things to bring up, really. And hopefully some of us from this video, hopefully some of you from this video will reflect on some of those times. And by all means, comment below on some of the silly things you've done. But hopefully it's been an honest and open video, really, that I wanted to do. And it's one that I've been wanting to do for a while. I haven't really had the moment to do it, but I felt this is quite a good opportunity to do it. So as I mentioned before, get tagging below on those individuals that have influenced your fishing. And I don't know, a piece of kit that really stood out for you. I've still got my original Garbolino margin manager in the garage, which doesn't come out in the bank anymore with me, but it's a sentimental piece of kit that I started my fishing with, actually. So that's it, really. That was my video. I hope you found it of interest, and as I say, I'm looking forward to seeing all the comments below, and get tagging and get some good conversations going. Cheers guys, and stay safe.